In a world where financial stress and mental health struggles seem to go hand in hand, one podcast aims to help you find solace and guidance. The FAM Podcast, navigating you through the tricky waters of personal finance and mental well-being. Our mission is to empower you with the knowledge and tools to create a healthy relationship with money while nurturing your mental health. Join host Brimo Umoru, a debt to prosperity success story, as he dives deep into financial habits and mental well-being. Discover Brimo's secrets of financial literacy and mental health strategies for coping with financial stress. Get ready for thought-provoking discussions, practical tips, and Brimo's real-life stories of triumph over adversity. Let's embark on a transformative journey together that will change your relationship with money, your state of mind, and ultimately change your life. Tune into the FAM Podcast.
Hi, Brimo here. You woke up today thinking it was just another quiet news day. Maybe you were just trying to finish your tea in peace. Then, boom, across the Atlantic, the U.S. Court of International Trade just dropped a ruling that could rewrite the global economy. That's right, the same Trump-era tariff that reshaped global supply chains, made your tech gadgets more expensive, and left your small businesses gasping for air. A federal court just said, nope, not like that, not so fast. We need to talk about it. Because what happens in the US doesn't stay in the US. It hits your wallet in London, in Lagos, your rent in South Africa, across the world. So here's the facts and clarity about what just happened. But before then, welcome to another exciting episode of the FAM Podcast.
Welcome to the FAM Podcast, a podcast about finance and mental health, teaching you good monetary habits to increase your income and improving your relationship with money, all while helping you with your mental well-being. And now here's your host, Brimo Umoru.
I'm your host, Brimo. Let's get into it. In a bold and long-awaited ruling, the U.S. Court of International Trade declared that President Trump's retaliatory tariffs on China were, and I quote, unbounded as it is by any limitation in duration or scope. Assertion of tariff-making authority in the instant case exceed any tariff authority delegated to the president under IREPA. The worldwide and retaliatory tariff are thus ultra vires and contrary to law. Man, that's grammar, man. In the short word or in the short statement, what it said is, sir, this is not a buffet where you can just serve tariff whenever you feel like it. The things are not done this way. This move struck at the core of Trump's economic playbook. It challenges the idea that presidents can impose sweeping trade penalties without clear congressional guardrails. And make no mistake, this is big. Global markets already reacting, small businesses watching closely, and somewhere in Beijing, in China, someone just raised an eyebrow. Like, really? Here we go again. Of course, the Trump administration isn't taking this lying down. They fired back with this official statement. I read, it is not for unelected judges to decide how to properly address a national emergency. President Trump pledged to put America first, and the administration is committed to using every lever of executive power to address this crisis and restore America's greatness. Hey, gang, this is not gonna be easy. Let's just say appeal incoming. Appeal incoming, because Trump is not going to back down. Before we continue, if you are finding this breakdown helpful, pause, hit that subscribe button. Drop a comment below. How do you think this court ruling will affect your country's economy, your personal finance? And share this episode with a business owner, students, family members, everyday people, or even policymaker you know, because knowledge shared is impact multiplied. So, let's continue. In my thoughts, here is why you should care, even if you are not in America or if you are not American. Tariff increase import costs. That means your everyday item are becoming more expensive, like your phones, your laptop, even your TV. Retaliatory tariffs from another countries mess with exports, jobs, and investor confidence. They were like, okay, why should I even go there in the first place? If you are running a business, especially in Africa, Asia, or Europe, global pricing matters. A ripple in the US can become a wave in your market. That's right. And the kicker, this cost ruling could reverse the cost of living pressure for thousands of people. But let's not forget the elephant in the room. China, probably thinking right now, sitting and sipping tea, saying, interesting, very interesting. Jaguar Land Rover here in the UK can say or will ask, can we finally stop holding our bread, guys, on export taxes now? Can we start producing more Jags and Range Rover and start exporting to US quickly before we don't know what's going to happen next though? Europe currently side-eyeing the whole situation while checking currency markets, thinking, okay, where is this going to end? This is no small ripple. This is the kind of decision that gets world leaders on emergency Zoom calls. Trust me, right now, I'm sure they're already calling right now, like, what's going on? And when Trump appeals, get ready for Liberation Day sequel. And I'll be here to come back and analyze it again for us to understand how this whole thing is going to be affecting your personal finance. Here is the big takeaway. Tariffs don't just happen in government buildings, okay? They happen in your pocket, in your wallet, in your bank account. They hit your small businesses. They affect your monthly budgets because that's what's happening right now. Prices are going up. And today, the major legal system just hit the brakes on unchecked power, because that's Trump's playbook. Whether you agree with the politics or not, one thing is clear: the ruling is a win for accountability and for everyday people trying to just breathe financially. Honestly, guys, if this episode helped you see clearly about this whole thing, don't forget to subscribe to the Fan Podcast. Share this episode with your community, because most people don't have interest in policy, but that's what is really affecting our daily life now. Policy affects your finances. Comment your take. Should President Trump have more or lesser power over trade? Is he right? Is he doing well by Americans? But doing well by Americans is also affecting global economy, affecting global prices as well. Because personal finance is personal, your mental well-being is priceless. Don't forget, knowing much about economy helps you to understand how the system works. And when you understand how the system works, you'll be able to budget well. You'll be able to have your financial goals clearly written down, which will give you a path to achieve them. Don't just imagine or assume politics is not my business, economy is not my thing, I just want to work hard. If you're working hard and you don't know how the system works, you're just working hard and you are not making progress, If you understand how the system works, how the tariff is going to affect you as a person. For example, now, for those of us who have Range Rover or Jaguar here in the UK, the prices are going to be going up. How much you are paying every month is going to affect you as a person. They will find a way to increase their profits, and that might also come on you. So guys, have interest in global economy, what's really happening, and start thinking, how does money work really? What does all this whole tariff jazz mean anyway? What does it really mean? You don't just care, you just wake up in the morning, you drive, you go to work, come back, watch TV, have dinner, sleep, repeat again and again. You don't really have interest in finances and how it works. It's not that boring, if you sit down and think about your finances, you see, well, okay, this is clear. This is how money works. Money is not that hard if you know exactly how to manage it. My name is Brian Omaro, and thank you for watching this episode. Don't forget, personal finance is personal, and your mental well-being is priceless. Till then, stay safe, stay fabulous, and God bless. Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the FAM Podcast. We hope you learned something valuable today. Be sure to subscribe wherever you heard this podcast so you never miss a future episode. And remember, health is wealth, and wealth is health. We'll see you next time.